Level 3, that includes cities like Lusk, Chadron, and Scottsbluff. The tornado risk is going to be a little bit higher for us. A supercell thunderstorm is a storm that rotates, and those are the ones that spawn tornadoes. It's a loft coming out of the southwest, winds at the surface coming from the southeast that can end up generating a little bit of rotation, especially. Steve is very unhappy. He does not like the wind. 104. Grable, the old record was 88. We beat that one by 20 degrees up to 108 degrees. Impacts out of this because it's wet snow. Unfortunately, power outages are going to be likely. Wear a lot of sunscreen. Limit your sun exposure during the middle of the afternoon hours. I mean, we could potentially get more than an inch of rainfall in Cheyenne hours, and it's going to bring a very strong cold front, and that will drop our temperatures from the 80s in some places this afternoon into the low 30s and upper 20s. I thought you were going to say, I can't believe it's already Friday. I'm like, you just started looking at that today. From the Laramie Mountains, which normally will keep snow out of Cheyenne when the storms come from the north, but when they come from the south like this, helps limit our snowfall in Casper. Not exactly the best pitching matchup for the Rocks. That definitely favors Snell and the Padres, but hey, anything can happen in baseball. A handful of red flag warnings around the state as fire threats are on the rise this afternoon with the return of some Wyoming wind. The two northern ones are set to expire at 8 p.m. tonight. The southern ones at 7. So we got Natrona County and Casper, including one of those. The one further off to the west, you got Sublette and Lincoln County, especially there along the windward side of the Wind River Range. And then we've got the Laramie Mountains on the I-80 corridor, as well as in the Snowy Range. That one, as mentioned before, expires at 7 p.m. later on tonight. Now, there is a little bit of a chance for some isolated storms in the southeastern part of the state. Got a cold front coming through with a weak low in the center of the state. That is what is propelling the wind threat for this afternoon. But I want to point out this dark brown shade area here. That's where dry thunderstorms are possible, where you get lightning and you get thunder, but you don't really get the rain, and that of course poses a threat to starting wildfires. And we do have a critical risk in place for wildfires today in Laramie, Rawlins, and Rock Springs along the I-80 corridor, where a lot of wind from the west is expected later on today. And then Casper, Riverton, and even Cheyenne, just barely, are in that level 1 elevated risk zone. We really haven't seen that so much so far this summer in the capital city, but we're topping off at 93 this afternoon, 84 for us in Buffalo, where of course the Robinson fire is burning just off to the southwest. Hot spots for today, Wheatland, Torrington, Scottsbluff, all at 99, but not expecting any triple digits this afternoon. That is the first time we can say that this week. And here we are, lunchtime, boom. Got the wind coming in from the west, fueling that fire where that's why that critical risk is in place. Plenty of cloud cover for us. You see very isolated storms going this afternoon. Thunder and lightning might be more widespread than what we're seeing here in terms of rain chances. Not too many of those for us today. We do see more wind come more widespread into the later afternoon, evening hours, and wind from the north could end up pulling in some smoke from the Robertson Draw fire at the Wyoming-Montana border. So if you're further north in the state, your eyes start itching and it becomes a little hazy outside. That is why clouds will remain along the I-80 corridor through the overnight hours into tomorrow. We still see a little bit of a breeze along the I-80 corridor, but not quite as much as what we're expecting today. Also, slightly cooler conditions for some of us should drop the fire threat a bit as we head into the weekend. 61's our low for the capital city tonight, down to 52 in Gillette and 40 in Big Piney. And then for tomorrow, 86 for Cheyenne, Laramie, back below that 90-degree mark. And our hot spot, well, you do see 93 there for us in Scottsbluff and the Panhandle. So next 5 days for us in Cheyenne, breezy today and over the weekend. We see 70s coming back on Sunday. And how about some upper 60s for us on Monday? We do have a 30% chance for storms on Saturday. And for us in Casper, same days are expected to be breezy. The 90s carried into Saturday. And a 30% chance for storms on Sunday. We'll be right back.
Dedicated to bringing us our forecast. So what can we expect today?
Well, let's go ahead and take a peek with the drought monitor first because, well, we're still seeing some bad conditions around the state, but we are definitely going to be seeing some relief with the snow we have coming in this weekend. Unlike in October, when we got about 15 inches in Cheyenne, that was a very dry snow. That doesn't really help with drought conditions. What we have coming this weekend will be a very wet snow. Right now, we're still that level 4 extreme category for us in Casper, Riverton, and Buffalo, but off to the southeast, Cheyenne, right between that at moderate and severe, level 2, level 3, with the majority of us in Wyoming seeing at least level 3 severe drought conditions. As for today, 33 for the high in Cheyenne, 38 for Casper. Our warm spot will be 50 degrees in Sheridan. So some of us definitely getting pretty warm heading into this weekend. Do have winter storm warnings in effect now ahead of the snow coming this weekend for us in Cheyenne. 6 a.m. so that expire. Same for Laramie, Rawlins. You got the same as well for Wheatland, Torrington, and Douglas. As for us in Casper, it's a winter storm watch. That's in effect till 9 p.m. Sunday night. But for us in Riverton, we are not included in this. But Lander, in the southern part of Fremont County, we're right there on that border and could definitely see some strong effects out of this storm that's coming. We'll get down to 26 in Cheyenne tonight, 25 for Rawlins and Laramie, 17 in Big Piney, 0 in Yellowstone will be our cold spot. And for those highs tomorrow, there's something very interesting about this. These are pretty warm, yet we're still expecting snow. That's why it's going to be so wet. 33 for Cheyenne, 40 for Rawlins, Riverton 38, Casper 36, warm spot again will be 50 degrees with this time in Cody and in Newcastle. Now we need to talk wind because we're going to be seeing some strong wind this weekend. I think it will be a little breezy tomorrow afternoon. Some of these numbers might be slight underestimates. Could see sustained speeds over 20 miles per hour from the east-northeast in Cheyenne. That east wind, one of the reasons why the snow is going to be so wet. Same for us in Casper, maybe more from the northeast for us. Again, 20+ miles per hour, gusts over 30. Breezy, not too bad. We start seeing wind pick up more as we head into the overnight hours towards our Sunday. And then we get to Sunday afternoon, sustained speeds over 30 miles per hour for us in Cheyenne. Blizzard conditions is sustained speeds over 35 miles per hour. That's definitely going to be likely for us in the capital city. 35 to 40 miles per hour sustained, gusts over 50 miles per hour. So blowing snow could be an issue, reduced visibility, and of course, because it's wet snow, might be less of it blowing around, but it's also going to be pretty icy for us and could see roads ice over in the overnight hours when temperatures drop down to the lower 20s. Tracking the snow activity by tomorrow morning, not expecting very much, less than ½ an inch, but then we get into the afternoon, it starts coming down a bit more for us, and by Sunday morning, we're approaching a foot for, say, Cheyenne, Wheatland, even getting close for us in Casper, over a foot for Douglas and Lusk, and then we get into Sunday evening and towards Monday morning, and here are our forecast totals heading into the work week that begins next Monday. So for us in Cheyenne, approaching that 2-foot range, think we could still easily reach 2 feet. For us in Douglas, over 2 feet. Wheatland getting close to 30 inches. That might be a bit of a stretch. For us in Casper, expecting over a foot of snowfall as well. Same for us in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Impacts out of this because it's wet snow. Unfortunately, power outages are going to be likely. And as I mentioned, roads could be icy because it's wetter snow that could refreeze into ice during the overnight hours. Visibility will be quite low and drifts are going to be possible as well because of powerful winds from the north. Here is our 5-day forecast for Cheyenne. Breezy for tomorrow. Could see blizzard conditions on Sunday with the strong winds, but we should see some sunshine come back for us beginning on Monday with those snow chances dropping. And then for us in Casper, similar deal. I think we'll see strong winds on Sunday. They just might not reach that blizzard threshold, but still going to be pretty windy out there and blowing snow will be a hazard. We'll be right back.